My heart pounded with a mix of excitement and nervousness as I entered the hallowed halls of the prestigious music conservatory. Being a dedicated piano student, I had dreamed of studying here for years. The conservatory was known for producing virtuosos, and I was determined to make my mark. Late one evening, while the rest of the students headed home, I decided to stay back to practice. The practice rooms were empty, bathed in a dim, eerie glow from the antique lamps. I settled into a room with a grand piano, feeling a sense of solitude and inspiration as I prepared for a major upcoming performance. As I played, the haunting melodies filled the air, reverberating through the empty corridors. Lost in the music, time slipped away, and soon, the conservatory was cloaked in the silence of the night. The echoes of the piano seemed to blend with the whispers of the past, as if the building itself had become a vessel of forgotten melodies. Suddenly, a chilling draft swept through the room, causing the candles to flicker erratically. Goosebumps erupted on my skin, and an inexplicable feeling of being watched washed over me. I shook off the unease, attributing it to the old building's creaks and drafts. As I continued to play, a soft tapping sound joined the symphony of my piano keys. It was almost imperceptible, but it was there, a faint, rhythmic knocking, as if someone or something were trying to communicate. My heart quickened, but curiosity got the better of me. I paused and listened intently. The tapping seemed to be coming from a distant corner of the room. Intrigued and slightly unnerved, I approached the source of the sound. As I reached the corner, I discovered an ancient, locked wooden cabinet, hidden behind dusty music sheets and forgotten scores. The tapping grew louder, as if beckoning me to open the cabinet. My hands trembled as I inserted the key I found dangling nearby into the lock. With a creak, the cabinet swung open, revealing a stack of old, yellowed sheet music. The topmost piece was titled the Midnight Sonata. Curiosity overwhelming any remaining fear, I carefully placed the music on the piano stand and began to play. The notes were enchanting, yet melancholic, evoking a sense of longing and sorrow. As I played, I felt as though the music had a life of its own, pulling me deeper into its melancholic embrace. As the final note echoed through the room, a chilling silence enveloped the conservatory. The candles flickered wildly, casting ghostly shadows on the walls. That's when I saw her, a young woman in a flowing white dress, her features obscured by the shadows. She stood at the far end of the room, her eyes fixed on me. I tried to speak, but my voice caught in my throat. The woman glided toward me, her movements both graceful and otherworldly. Her face emerged from the darkness, revealing eyes as black as the night itself. She seemed ethereal, like a specter from a bygone era, trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. In a hushed voice, she spoke, "You've awakened the Midnight Sonata, a song that binds the living and the departed. A song that grants eternal life to those who dare to play it." Fear gripped me, but I couldn't tear my gaze away from her haunting eyes. "Who are you?" I managed to whisper. "I am Isabella," she replied, her voice filled with both sorrow and longing. "A prodigious pianist, like you, who lived in this conservatory centuries ago. I played the Midnight Sonata, and in doing so, I sealed my fate, forever trapped within its notes." My mind reeled with disbelief, but I couldn't deny the supernatural presence before me. "What do you want from me?" I stammered. "Complete the sonata," she implored. "Release me from this eternal prison and set us both free." I hesitated, uncertain of the consequences. But curiosity and a desire to help this tormented soul won over my fear. With trembling fingers, I placed my hands on the piano keys once more, and the haunting melody of the Midnight Sonata filled the room. As the final note echoed through the conservatory, Isabella's ethereal form began to fade, and a sense of peace washed over her face. And just like that, she was gone, leaving me alone in the now silent and empty room. The candles burned steadily, and the conservatory seemed to return to its normal state. The music sheets of the Midnight Sonata vanished, as if they had never been there. Relief washed over me, but my sense of triumph was short-lived. As I tried to leave the room, I found the door wouldn't budge. Panic surged within me as I tried all the doors, only to find myself trapped in a labyrinth of locked rooms and corridors. Days turned into weeks, and I remained trapped in the conservatory, haunted by the melodies of the Midnight Sonata. My cries for help echoed through the empty halls, but no one ever came. The conservatory had claimed me, just as it had claimed Isabella centuries ago. Now, I am destined to wander these halls for eternity, my soul bound to this accursed place by the haunting melody of the Midnight Sonata. My only solace is the hope that someday, another soul may come and free me from this eternal prison, just as I once did for Isabella. But until then, I remain lost in the haunting notes, forever a part of the conservatory's ghostly ensemble, a cautionary tale for anyone who dares to venture into the realm of the supernatural.